Hello and welcome to this tutorials. So my name is Shadrach, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now I am excited about this tutorial because we are going to learn how to build a very huge real-world project with Next.js 13 and Supabase. So we are going to learn everything about building a big project. We are going to use the best tools and resources to help us build this project well. At the end of the day, you are going to learn a lot about Next.js 13 and Supabase. Now, even though I only mentioned Next.js 13 and Supabase, but as you would know, those are not the only technologies or tools we are going to use. In a big project like this, you would imagine we would use a lot more. So, we are going to talk about them in a second, but the project we are going to build is a car rental website which features two different users on the platform. So in order for you to understand the project well, I'm going to show you a high-level diagram before we dive into the demo so that you actually understand the project we are going to build well. So as you can see here, there are going to be two users on the platform. A platform where people can go and put cars they have on their site for users to rent them. So for example, if I have a car and I want to give it out for a rent, I can go to the platform and register, post my car there, and then if a user comes to the platform, they're looking for a car to rent, they can see all the available cars and then they can make a booking, pay, and then rent your car. Right. So we're going to feature two different users. The first one is a provider, and then we also have the regular users. Right. So a provider is basically a user that provide cars for rent, and then a user is basically a normal user that comes on the platform and rents cars. So when you are creating an account, you can create an account as a provider or you can create an account as a regular user. So for a provider, you would log in or sign up, and then you go to your dashboard. So when you go to your dashboard, you would be able to add your cars, list your cars there for users to come and rent. And then you are also going to be able to view all your bookings, right? So if a user make a booking or rent a car, you would be able to see, and you would either approve or reject the booking based on whatever the circumstance is. Now users are also going to be able to leave reviews about cars they rent. So as a provider or someone who provide cars for rent, you should be able to see all the reviews that has been made by users. And finally, you are also going to be able to manage your account. So when you create an account, you're going to add your account information or your company information, and then later if you want to change anything like your username, your password, your profile picture, you should be able to manage that from your account. Right. So in summary, a user would be able to add or edit cars for rent, view all bookings, approve or reject a booking, view all user reviews, and then manage accounts. So those are going to be the functionalities of a provider. And then very similar to the regular users, you should be able to log in and sign up as well. And then when you log in and sign up, you would be able to go to the car list page where you would be able to filter cars based on your location. Right, so a location is basically the country and then the region you are from. So we are going to make it in such a way that we would be able to add multiple countries, even though I mean for the purpose of the project we are going to add just one country, but in the future if you want to extend it, you can add multiple countries, as you would see very soon. And then every country would have like regions or states, or I mean other places of the country. Right, so for example in Ghana we have regions. So if I am in Accra, I probably want a car which is around Accra to be able to rent. Right, so you are going to be able to search for cars based on your location, that is your country and then your region. And then when you find a car you want, you are going to be able to book the car, that is you would rent the car, make a booking to be able to rent the car. Now you would also be able to view all the bookings you've made. So if you make a booking, you should be able to see all the list of your bookings so that you'd know whether your booking has been accepted or not after you made a payment. And then similarly, you would be able to also manage your profile accounts. So yeah, in summary, these are going to be the functionality of the user as well. So as you can see, there is a lot of features to implement in this particular application. This is just a high level overview. These are just the main features, but then there is going to be like a lot more features that we are going to work on. With that said, let me actually show you the demo of the live application so that you actually understand it even more. Okay, so as you can see, I am on the home page of the application. Now the platform is called Cargo Rentals. I mean, you can call it whatever you like. So this is basically the home page, and as you can see, if you visit the home page, you would be able to log in or sign up, as you can see here. So you can log in or sign up, and then we also made the platform support both light and dark theme, right? So I can switch to light dark or switch back to light theme. Now here we just have some kind of a carousel on the hero image, right, featuring some few car images. But here you basically see more like a search engine here, where you would be able to use it to search for cars, right? So if you select the country you are from, as I said, at the moment we have only one country, which is the country I am from, Ghana. You see that all the regions in the country, so a region is going to be linked with a country. So if you have multiple countries, you select the country, then it's going to load the regions or the states associated with that country here. Alright, so yeah, this is basically the regions we have in this country. So I select that, and I also choose like the kind of car I want to search for. So we have some car makes here, but I want to be able to search for all cars, so I'll select all. Now I'll select a pickup date, which is basically the date I want to pick up the car. So I would choose probably the next day, yeah, and then the return date. So these are just some fields you need to fill to be able to like search for cars. And as you can see, there is a map here which is showing the location you have selected here. So for example, if I change to Greater Accra, as you can see, the map is just showing Greater Accra. The reason why I was using the map is initially I was planning to show a marker for all the places that we have cars available in the region you select, but then I realized that it is going to be, I mean, the project is already very huge, and I wanted to reduce some of the features, so I had to just limit this one to this small feature. So when you select the region, it just zoom in to show like show it on the map, like the particular region you've selected, right? So if I choose another region like Volta, it's just going to show that place. Alright, so I'm going to select Greater Accra, at least for now. And after I fill all the fields, I can click on search. So it is going to take me to the car listing page. Now actually I just clicked on one car, and it's saying I should log in before I would be able to view that car, but I just want to show you the car listing page, so I just go back. And yeah, so you would be able to see the list of cars, even though you've not actually logged in, because you'd only be required to log in if you want to rent the car. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the values I entered for the fields, and it's actually here. And I can filter the cars as well. So these are some cars we have available on the platform at the moment. So all the A4 2023 year, Toyota Camry 2022, and other ones. Yeah. Right. So as you can see here, we have a bit of overview about the car, like the number of passengers the car can take, that's the seating capacity, and also we have the transmission, we have the fuel type, and then the price of the car, right, per day, right? So you would basically uh, look for a cheap car if you want to rent, and on the side here you can actually filter based on particular type of car, that is the body type. So if I select sedan, it's going to only filter like sedan cars, as you can see. So put it on any, and then the price to let me see, if I actually say I want from 0 to somewhere around 300, then it filters based on the price range I set. You can also set it using this one. Now maybe I want I want, yeah, 2022, even though most of the cars are 2023 cars. So if I select a year which is not there, it will just say no cars found. Right, and then I can also filter based on the transmission, either automatic or manual. At the moment we don't have any manual car, so they are all automatic. And yeah, the fuel type, so if it is gasoline or diesel, we don't have any diesel cars yet, or electric cars. There is one electric car. You can actually search for them. So if I reset them, I can reset this as well to reset everything back to default. And here I can also like change the region from here, right? So if I want to search for cars in Ashanti region, when I click on search, it is going to search for cars in this particular region. And as you can see, there is no car in this particular region yet. So I will just go back to Greater Accra. And yeah, the map is also here again. It's not actually useful at the moment, just showing the region. So I just added this button to be able to hide the map if you want like more room. So if you want to show it, you can just click on it to show the map as well. I think yeah, it's a bit nice, about, yeah, it's not a bit useful. Let's say okay, I look at the cars and I want to rent one of these cars. Which one should we go for? Let's rent this one, Toyota Camry. I think it's a bit cheaper, 350. So when I click on rent, now because I want to rent, it is going to ask me to create an account or login, right? So I'm going to remove this because there's no user at the moment, and I'm going to use a temporal email, like a disposable email. So this site, when you go to tempemail.org, it gives you a temporal kind of email. And because I have to verify, let me just close this tab. Now when you create an account, you'd have to verify. So the email is going to appear here, then I can use this one to verify without using like an actual email. So it's just a nice way to test your application. So I will copy this email and I'm going to create an account. Alright, so this is the registration page. Alright, so as you can see, if you already have an account, login, and here if you want to create a provider account, you click on this one. I'll show you in a second. We are going to create a regular user account. So I'm going to put an email here. I'm going to add a password. I'm going to say test123. That's going to be my password. I'm going to add the same thing here, test123, to confirm. And then I'm going to click on sign up. Alright, so it's going to say sign up. Let me just save it. Now confirmation link has been sent to your email. Please follow the link to confirm your sign up, right? So if I come here, you'd see that I received the email, and then when I click on it, I'll get a link to be able to confirm the email. So I'm going to click on this, which is going to verify my account for me. And as you can see, your user account has been verified, so you can now log in. So when I click on login, it should be able to log me in now. And there you go, I am logged in. So I can close this and then this one too, because I'm logged in here. And as you can see, it sees my user account. So this is my email, and it says I can visit my profile or view my bookings. So I'm just going to quickly search for the cars again. So all cars, just select a random date. right, and then I'm going to search again. So this one is the one we wanted to rent, so I'll click on rent now, and it is going to take me to the details page. So here on the details page, I see all the details about the car, right? I have like a slider here. I can view like the other images of the car, and down here I see the description of the car: a reliable and fuel efficient sedan. All right, so the seating capacity is 5, transmission is automatic, fuel type gasoline, engine capacity 2.5 liters. um Other features: we have the Bluetooth, backup camera, keyless entry, we have 4 doors, AC available, yes, AC working, yes. And then it's from this provider, right? So the provider who provides the car is this provider. We have their contact information here if we want to contact them or anything like that. Now if if we have a review about this car, it's going to appear down here. As you can see, there are no reviews yet because we've not actually booked the car to add reviews yet. Okay, so here we would see the pickup and then the return date we set. We can change it here as well. And as you can see, because we've not actually completed our profile, it says region is not there, city, street is not there. Alright, and some other information about this car you need to know. I mean, we have the minimum rental day, so you can rent it for a day, which is a good thing, and then a maximum rental days, you cannot rent it for more than 30 days, right? And then price per day is 350. So how many days do we want to rent? Probably if it is 3 days, then it's going to be this price we are going to pay. Now if we try to click on book, we are not going to be able to book it right now because we would need to complete our profile, right? So when we make a booking, it is supposed to send our location information to their provider so that they'll know where we come from. So without that, we won't be able to make the booking. So we would need to complete our profile. We can either click here and then go to profile and complete it, or we can also click on add here, and it's going to directly take us to our profile. So here I'm going to add a first name for this particular user. I'm just going to say first name is Danik. I'm just using this email. Last name, just going to add any random kind of name. So date of birth, let me just go to 1990, April, maybe 5th. Phone number +233, some random phone number. Okay, let me just leave the gender like this. Country, and then region, and then city. I'm just going to say Tantra. Actually, it's called Tantra Hills. And then the streets, I will just leave the streets like that. Won't add any streets. And I'm also going to try and add a profile picture, right? So I'm using Cloudinary, right? So Cloudinary gives me this kind of cool widget to be able to like upload a profile. So I can also drag and drop, which I am going to basically do. So I'm going to look for a nice picture of me. Okay, I think this one is cool. I'm going to drag it and put it here, as you can see, and I am not going to crop it, so it will upload, and as you can see, my profile picture is also uploaded here. So after adding the information, I can now click on update profile, and my profile has been updated. So if I go back, as you can see, it now appears here, right? So my region and then my city. So now I can make a booking, right? So click on this, and it's going to say your booking request has been submitted successfully, and the button is grayed out, it's disabled because I've made a booking for this car. So to be able to view the booking, if I go back to my profile, as you can see, I can see bookings here, and here I see the booking. Right, so I made a booking for this car and it is pending at the moment. So if I click on the car, I see like the car I made the booking for, right? Okay, so yeah, this is more like it. This is the regular user page. You would be able to view cars, make a booking, and then you would be able to make the payments and then go for the car. So as you can see, if I change to dark theme, everything works as expected. It looks very, very cool as well. Yeah. So now that I have made a booking, let me also try, and then so I'm going to log out. Actually, I'm not going to log out. I'm going to use another browser. Uh, okay, so I'm going to try and log in as a create an account as a provider, right? So I'm going to open the app here as well, so that I have two browsers. I can view the regular user, and I can also be able to see the provider page as well. Alright, so I'm going to go to sign up, and here we are going to sign up as a provider, right? So instead of a regular user using this, I am going to sign up as a provider. Now, one thing I didn't mention is we can also sign up with Google. So if you don't want to enter like an email address, you can also click on Google. It's going to let you like confirm, so you have to enter your your Gmail account here, and then you click on next, you confirm with your Google account, and then you would be able to log in, right? But yeah, this one I want to actually create an account as a provider. So here, create a new provider account. So what is the name of the company? I'm going to call this fast fast car rentals. What is the business number? Just some information about your company. I'm going to add some random number here. Contact name, I'm going to say John whatever, and here I'm going to also choose a region. Okay, so let me choose Ashanti at least for now, and I'm going to add a city. So what is the name of a city in Ashanti? Let me just say Kwada. So that's what came in my mind. Okay, so I'm not going to add streets. I am going to now need to add the login details for my company as well. And so I am also going to use the temp email here as well. So tempemail.org, it's empty. Let me wait for this to load. I'll copy this, I'll put that here. My password is going to be test123, test123, and then I'm going to create an account. So I need to follow the same process. I need to also confirm, so I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to click on confirm. So once I confirm, I get this, and I can now click on login, and as you can see, it takes me to my dashboard, and here is the name of my company and the initial dashboard page. So let me close this, and let me also close this because I'm already logged in. Now first of all, I would be able to see the team switcher here. I would be able to see my account settings down here as well. So if I click on it, it takes me to my account settings. Now I didn't upload a profile picture, so I can do that here. So let me browse it this time, and I'm going to choose one of these logos. Let me just make it large. Alright, let me choose this logo. It's a bit nicer. And once it's done, I see my logo here. Okay, so I can click on update to update my logo. Now here I can also click on logout, and if I refresh the page again, should be able to see my logo appearing here as well. Okay, cool. Now here I can go to cars, and because I just signed up, I don't have any cars. So I can add a new car by clicking on this. It gives me the new car window. It's a drawer, so I can add a new car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one car here. So let me actually get the images for the car. Let me just go to upload images. Let me browse. So they are basically here. I think this one is the one I want to add. The images are a lot. I don't want to add all, so let me just see the ones I want to add. Okay, so it's actually a Chevrolet Tahoe. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to add a back. I'm going to add this as well. One of the interiors. Okay, let's say 5 of them. Right, so let me actually change this one to this one. Maybe not. This one is that. Click. I'm going to upload the images. So here I'm able to upload multiple images for this car. Right, so as you can see, the images appear here. So when I close it, even though I added 5 images, I'm seeing just 3 images. Maybe the other ones are a bit huge, so they've not loaded yet, but I think it's just 5 images. I think it should show very soon. Let me add the other details. So a description, I have some details about this car here, so I'm going to add it. What is the type? It's an SUV car, so choose SUV. The make is Chevrolet. The model, it is called this. It's a 2023 car. It's automatic. The engine capacity is actually very huge. Right, it's actually 5.3. Alright, and it's also gasoline. Number of doors is 4. The seating capacity is actually 8. And then we have 5 bags. The color is black. And we have some other features that I am going to list them here. So when you're adding a new car and you want to add like other features, you are going to separate the features with this slash this bar. I mean, it's actually on top of the enter on my keyboard. So this is the first feature, extra feature, I believe. And I'm going to also add this one, and then this one. AC available? Yes, AC is working. And what is the price per day? So this car is actually very expensive, so it's going to be 600. I mean, in Ghana cedis, that's what I'm thinking. And you can rent it for at least 3 days, but then for a maximum of 30 days. So within 3 and 30 days you can rent it. You can rent it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends. 1 month. Okay, so after adding the details of the car, the images are still not showing, but yeah, it's still fine. We can update it. I mean, I'll use that to show you. I can click on add. Car added successfully, and immediately it shows here. So we have our first car added for fast car rentals, right? So just to show you, if I go back to here and I go back to the list of cars, should be able to see, as you can see, Ashanti region, and this is the car we added, right? Chevrolet. So if we click on it, we see the other images. Okay, it looks like other images are appearing here. So as you can see, 5 images appearing. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, it's just 3. And then these are the features. These are the other features 4 doors. Is it available? Yes, yes. And number of days, so minimum days is 3. We cannot go below that. Maximum is going to be 30. If we click, we cannot go above 600. And then if you want to rent it, it's going to be this amount, right? Cool. So yeah, just to also demonstrate, I am going to actually book this car as well. So let me click on booking. Car has been booked successfully, and if I go back to my bookings, I see that it is here. Now I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to come here. Right, so when I click on this car now, I see bookings for Chevrolet Tahoe. One booking for this car, and it is pending. It was booked by this user, this date, this is the pickup dates and all. And we also have the option to now approve or reject, right? So when I click on this, I can approve it or reject it. So I'm going to actually approve it now. So click on approve. It's going to approve, and as you can see, the car has been changed to book. This was supposed to change to approved, but yeah, for some reason it's not changing, but it's still fine. But yeah, the car is now booked, and if we go back to this user and we try to refresh, as you can see, the car has been approved, which means I've made the payment and the provider has approved it, and we've already made arrangements on where I'm going to go for the car, or whether the car is going to be sent over to me, which is very cool. So yeah, so let's say that I've actually used the car for the number of days, and I've returned the car. So if I've returned the car to the provider, now here the provider also has options to make the car available again, right? Or for some reason, if they want to set it to book or anything like that, they can set it here. But here, let me actually go and come back just to see that this changed. Okay, it's actually changed. Here, if I want to make it available again, I can just click on here and it's gonna set it to available. Right. So it means I can now rent the car again. Okay, which is very cool. Now if I go back here, I should be able to edit the car. So I click on this edit icon. Now if I want to delete the car, it's going to ask me if I actually want to delete the car. If I confirm, it's going to remove this car. I don't want to delete it. I want to rather edit it and add more images for this car. So here I'm going to add, see these are the 3 images. I'm going to add more images. So let me open the images for this car, Chevrolet. Yeah, so these are the images I have. So I'm going to click on this, and let me upload this. Let me just add this. Okay, one more, and then I'm also going to let's say the engine, I made a mistake, it's actually 5.0, right, instead of 5.3, and I want to reduce the minimum rental, actually reduce this one, or maybe the price to 500, or maybe increase it to 700. I mean, you get a point, right? You can edit the car, and then after that you click on update. It's going to update it, and yeah, if I click on it again, you'd see the images, you see all the details I updated. I'm going to log out from this car, from this account. I'm going to log back in with another provider account, which I have like some details added already. I've actually created an account for already, so I'm going to use the details of that account. Alright, so the email is actually this, and the password is still test123. Alright, so it's a new provider. When I log in, it logs me in, I can go to the cars of this provider. So these are the cars that were showing for this provider, right? So these are the cars that this provider added that were showing here actually. So for Greater Accra search, alright, so all these car is from this provider, right? So I have like multiple cars, and as you can see, I made a booking for one of the cars. So here, this is the booking. I can approve or reject. And so if I reject this, it's going to make the car available again. As you can see, immediately made it available. And this is not updating, but it's still fine. All the other cars don't have any bookings yet. Right? Just this one. Yeah, rejected. And we can add a new car. We can edit. We can also delete. Cool. And light and dark is working. Account is also working. Let's go back, and then what I want to show you again is maybe the reviews, right? So I've actually not implemented the form or like the page for a user to leave a review, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some data in my database, and I'm going to link it to probably one of these cars so that we would be able to see the reviews. That's because just finding a way to limit some of the features, but yeah, it's more like a good advanced feature for you to add after we are done. After we go through this tutorial, you can add it as an extra feature, right? Okay, we already have a lot to cover, so yeah, I'm using Supabase, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to log in. So log in with GitHub. This is the project cargo rentals, and I'm going to open the database. So here, as you can see, these are all the tables I have in this database, and what I'm going to do, we are going to go through them, don't worry, but what I want to show you is here I can add code data from here, right? So I'm going to go to insert rows, and this is basically where I have to add the data. So as you can see, I have the cars here. That's all the car I added from the UI. Here I also have providers, like providers on the platform. As you can see, and I also have users. I think at the moment I have just one user. So yeah, just one user. And I'm also using the Supabase auth, right? So the authentication for the login and sign up. So as you can see here, this is the users I have on the platform, 2 providers and 1 user. Alright, yeah. So let's go back, go to reviews, and we can add some data for our reviews here. So go to reviews, insert row. Now I'm going to add it for one of the cars. So let's just say which one? Okay, let's just use anyone. So let's use this. Alright, so we chose for the okay, let me actually look at this. Okay, cool. So let me choose for Camry, and I'm going to give it a 4.5 rating. So 4.5. and I'm going to add a comment. I really enjoyed driving this car. It's smooth and comfortable. Right. So let's add that here. How many likes? Let's just say 12 likes. Dislikes 2. You'd see very soon. And which user left this review? So I'm going to select one of the users I have. I have just one user, so just this user. And which provider is this review for? So it's basically this provider, right? So I know it's that provider because of the car. So when I click on save, I have one review. Actually, let me add one more. Right, so let me add for the same no, not for the same car. Let me choose a different car for the same provider. So not this one, because this is for a different provider. So any one of these, Nissan, and then the rate is going to be 5, and I'm just going to say I love this car. It's a joy to drive, and it looks stunning. That's because of the rate. Alright, so how many likes? 20. Dislikes, let me just say 1. User ID from the same user, and provider from the same provider. Alright, so you see why I'm able to click on this and I get the like the users and then the providers. It's because I'm using a foreign key relationship. You get to know about that very soon. So save it, and we have 2 reviews here. Cool. So if I close this and I come back to my reviews, as you can see, we have all the reviews that has been left here. Very cool. So there's the rating by this user, and yeah, have 2 reviews, the likes and then the dislikes. The same way, if I go back to my account, that is as a regular user, so click on this. So there is a review for which car? This car. So when I click on it and I go down here, I see the review for this car as well. Alright, and I can click on this to like or dislike. Other users can do. It's not working though. Okay, so that's a lot. That's actually a lot. There's quite a lot of features in this particular application to do. So I'm going to end the demo here. Okay, so I don't want to also forget to mention that this platform is also fully responsive. So for example, if I try to open the mobile view, alright, so it's fully responsive, as you can see here. Alright, so when I scroll, everything is laid out nicely. So when I click on one, you can see looks very cool as well. Yeah, so it is also mobile responsive. So yeah, let's actually get started building this app.